that's why it could be the only one people can use when they are in a situation where they cannot eat, they cannot drink, and there are so many restrictions, but this Phantom Life is a drop under the tongue. So that's why it's so much easier to administer. Even if they are in a vegetable state, we can still drop a few drops. They don't have to swallow, they won't choke because so little. So we just do a little bit at a time and multiple times a day. So that can still help give people hope. That's why the second question would be the dosage, whether there's any risk. So we do have people that take half a bottle a day for 1 year or 1.5 years, and that they get over stage 4 cancer. So this is typically what we had for in terms of dosage, and people have a very wide range of practice with this administration of the Phantom Life. And to compare, if we have, if people are taking other medication, taking other supplements, whether they have to stop it and stop other medication, other supplements, I would usually tell them that this Phantom Life can be taken with the other supplements. Natural remedies supplements, they are usually okay with each other, especially the Phantom Life is very safe and they don't really have much to collide with other supplements. With medication, I would recommend them to take it half an hour to 1 hour apart from the other medication. And they don't have to stop the medication. Sometimes I would ask them to check with the doctor if their, let's say their sugar level or their blood pressure come down to normal or even below normal, then I would suggest that they ask the doctor to reduce the medication to a point where they don't have to deal with that. So so it's important that they maintain their medication until Phantom Life catch up with them. And the next question would be the storage. I usually don't worry too much about it because the Phantom Life is resistant to heat over 200 degrees, and it can be resistant to cold, freezing weather if it's about -50. It doesn't freeze in any case, and it doesn't easily get spoiled in heat. But still, it's a better idea to put it in a cool place. You don't have to put it in the fridge, but it's still a better idea to not to expose it to the sun. It's still a better idea to keep it cool in a nice cool place. The reaction in the body, when people have different kinds of reaction, we usually check with them what is the reaction, and so in most cases it is a matter of the body. We call the healing crisis. So the body has to do its own renovation. It has to tear down the old decayed tissues, the ulcerative infection or inflammation. So these are the processes where the body has to detox. So most of it is like that. Unless somebody is specifically allergic to pine trees or Norwegian spruce tree, then they might have some difficulty. So we actually use the Phantom Life to deal with all kinds of other allergies, to pollen, to dust, to peanuts, to gluten. So all of this is possibly improved or handled with the introduction of the Phantom Life, because all allergies is a matter of immune system deficiency, or the body is not doing things right. So that's why we usually talk about the Phantom Life with its the reaction in the category of healing crisis. So for different conditions, they have different time frame for reaction or the healing crisis. So for example, if you put the Fountain of Life on a itchy skin or a mosquito bite, pretty much right away you feel the difference. You might feel smooth, it just ease up with the itchiness and all that. But for some people, they feel the reaction pretty much right away. But for some other people who are dealing with, let's say, fibroid, it might take them half a year, 1 year even, to feel the difference in the change. And especially if you are expecting it to shrink, sometimes it might even grow a little bigger. And that is the process where the body is trying to make it puffy and make it liquidize it, basically, to be able to absorb it and dissolve it. So I have a testimony on the 12 centimeter fibroid in the uterus that was dissolved to a minimum of small size where it will not even be felt in the tummy. So the reaction time can range from a few minutes to a few days to a few months to a couple of years or more. So this is a process where everybody is different, every condition is different. So the reaction time is has a very wide range of time frame. And how long should we be taking the Fountain of Life? I would say, if you can afford it, take it forever. For some people, if they're 70, 80, 90, and take it forever means 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. So it wouldn't be that long. And I would really encourage those people in that age range to take it until the end of the day. So because they don't necessarily have that much time left. So just use it until they don't need it anymore. And people don't have to stop it in the middle of taking it. For some other people, some other medications, some other supplements, they might suggest you stop for some time, because for certain nutrients, the body might have to take a break because their body have been, let's say, saturated, or they have enough. For certain vitamins, minerals like iron, this kind of things, you have to adjust to what your body really needs. If you are already having enough or even overdose yourself, you don't want to take any more. And more would do more damage and harm to your body. That's why some medications, some supplements, you have to know when to stop. But the Fountain of Life, you don't have to. Whatever you put in the body, it will not bother you. The other side would be that you might waste some money if your body cannot absorb everything that you put in with the Fountain of Life. So it's a matter of you can take it for a long time and you can take it forever. You don't have to stop. It's just a matter of your dosage and your budget. Okay, at this point, do we have any questions or any discussion that you would like to? I know more people have come on the call, so I'm going to make more people available to talk. So if you want to open your mic or even your video, let me know. You can raise your hand, and I can ask you to speak, or you can, if you want to become a speaker or a co-host. Oh, we have Renee on the call. Renee, welcome on the call.
Hi, good morning, Henry. I can thank you as always for doing an amazing job, educating and sharing. And yeah, to your last point, I think for those who really understand the power of FOL, it's something that we will take forever. And actually it's very interesting because I was looking at the news the other day, and they're sharing about the insane rising costs, and they're already predicting that for 2024, that the average grocery bill is going to go up by $800, and so that's more than this year. So if you look at the total, increase in the grocery bill, it's going to be pretty scary. So, for me, the fountain of life is actually a very cost-effective way, to make sure that we get our proper nutrition. It's actually cheaper for me because now I know that it's actually very interesting. Actually, no, let me just join as a panelist. Oh, never mind. The message went away. I realized that sometimes if I don't take enough fruit, at nighttime, that with all the fibers and everything, that my digestion might not be as good the next day. However, I did notice that whenever I use FOL, especially when I don't have much fruit intake, that my bowel movement is still very excellent. So when my trip to Thailand, for example, even though I'm in the paradise of fruit, country, sometimes just through the travels and through the meetings and being late at night, I don't have much time to eat a lot of fruits. So usually it's like rice and meat. And FOL has helped me to just have really good passings, for my bowel movement. So it's going to join as a panelist here, so you might lose me. There we go. Yeah. And so yeah, so I wanted to share, which is that really, for me, it's the most cost effective and almost like the cheapest way to make sure I get my nutrition, and save my kids. Actually, to share a quick testimonial, um, not many people knows, but when I was going to Thailand, what had happened was about 2 weeks before Thailand, each of my family members started to get sick. It was first Leon, and then it was Rex, and then it was Heidi, and then just before I left, about 2 days before I left, what had happened was I started to feel, how you get that weird feeling in your throat sometimes, as if you're about to get sick, and that feeling came. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm leaving on a 2-week trip to Thailand. I'm gonna be talking a lot. And so I was a bit nervous. So I just started to take a lot more FOL. And so by the day, so 2 days after, I hopped on my plane and I was flying to Thailand, and I just kept taking, every moment I had the chance. On the plane, it's very dry, in the air and all this stuff. So and usually your immune system kind of goes down when you're flying. That's what I've read at least. And so I just started taking a lot more FOL. By the time I landed, my throat feeling had almost gone away. I would say for sure by like the second day in Thailand. The first day I rested, the second day I started going to the office, and I was back to normal, and I was fully recovered. And then the funny thing is, by the time we were done, I was totally fine. Went back to Canada 2 weeks later, and in that time frame, my first son Leon, so my younger son, who got sick the first time first, he actually got sick again. I guess things were passing around, and he's playing tennis and he's at school. So, and when I came back, I caught what he caught the second time, and I think combined with jet lag. So I basically just slept for like a day or 2 days, and a lot of FOL, and again, just recovered really quickly. And meanwhile, I'm hearing about my other friends who are in Toronto who have been sick for months now. It's like it keeps going in a circle with their families. And just yesterday, I had dropped off another family pack for one of my customers named Luz Vaminda. She's the one that you probably would have seen. I mean, she's been my long-term customer now for about 5 years, and she's the one who had the B-cell lymphoma cancer, and she also had the tumor, between her chest, about 12 centimeters. So it was massive, and so. Oh, my son is calling me from school. I'll let them leave me a voice message. Anyways, she actually is now cancer free after using FOL for 6 months, while she's doing her chemo treatments. And so she's been a customer of mine for a long time, and she actually ran out of FOL. and she messaged me yesterday saying, "Oh, Renee, can you please deliver FOL for me yesterday because she's feeling something in her throat." So when I saw her, I could tell she looked a little bit under the weather, and so for a lot of people, FOL has been like the saving grace, and I can assure you, if you take FOL long enough and then you decide to stop, you can tell really quickly something's not right. So anyhow, thank you, Henry, for doing the call as always, and I'll turn the call back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Renee. Yes. Yeah, as I said earlier, that we find that the dosage make a big difference. So if you're sick, coughing or sneezing, whatever, if you take a few drops, take one pump. If it doesn't work yet, take more. So that's why I'm kind of encouraging people to take a dosage every 1 hour that they can afford, whether it's a few drops or whether it's half a dropper, or if it's a full dropper. They usually recover faster and work more efficiently. The dosage make a difference. So if it doesn't work, if it hasn't worked for you, it means the dose is not there yet. So that's why I'm encouraging people to take more than they. Yes, okay. Okay, Larry, I think you raised your hand. Let me just open up your panelist and then and then I will make you co-host. So you open your video if you like, co-host. All right, so you can open your video now. Hey, Larry. Good morning. So your mic is still muted. All right. Now we should be able to hear you now. Larry, you're on the mic and we can't hear you yet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you are co-host and your mic is open. But before we let Larry figure out, we'll continue our discussion here. If Larry is ready, you can just go ahead and talk. Anybody else has anything to ask or any testimony to share? I just want to also mention that as we become the product of the product, when we go out, we show ourselves. Yesterday somebody talked to me and they said, "Oh, your voice sounds younger, sounds more acceptable than how you look." Said, "Is that a compliment or is that whatever?" So, but anyway, they think, "Hey, Larry, you're on."
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, fantastic. I don't know what the problem was, but I was just clicking some buttons.
All right, you're here now.
Anyway, thank you, Henry, for hosting this call every Wednesday. Much appreciated. And for you and Renee for just coming on there. And I just want to mention a few things about FOL. It's been 2 years for me now that I have been on FOL. It's the only thing that I've changed in my diet and added to my diet. And a couple of things that have happened fairly immediately. I have more energy throughout the day, stay up longer, later, and I get up feeling good. I have a great sleep, and I've even lost a few pounds actually, which was just kind of fat. The tummy was starting to hang over my belt a little bit, and now it's gone. So it's gotten rid of the fatty liver, and the brain fog's gone. And one of the biggest things is, of course, my age. And all men, as they age, they will start having some prostate problems. Not necessarily prostate cancer, but mine started a little bit. My stream started a little weaker, and of course, being on the Fountain of Life has overcome that. So I don't have any high sugars. I don't have any high cholesterol. And what a lot of people, some people know, but my last birthday, I turned 80 years old. So being 80, I feel like I did when I was in my 50s. And I still do an exercise program every day. As a matter of fact, I teach a program in retirement homes twice a week. And so life is good. I know people could live to 100 without having any medication. With medication, of course, I'm not on any medication. I don't take any aspirin. I don't get headaches. And but I have been, one of my past careers was the pharmaceutical industry for about 10 years. And I called on doctors and hospitals and clinics throughout Southwestern Ontario. And what I learned there is if I could not be on medication, it would be a good thing, because it's kind of usually a downhill slope, because most medications just treat the symptoms. But the Fountain of Life is changed my life, and I will be on it till the last days. I take about a half a dropper 4 times a day. One before breakfast, lunch, dinner, before I go to bed. If I feel something coming on, then I will take extra. Example, last year I got COVID from somewhere, and didn't feel too good for about a day, day and a half. And I took extra, and it went away. So Opulence is great. I love the community. The product is excellent. So anyone listening out there, and it's a food, that essential food to the body, that things will change, whether it's as Henry already mentioned, whether it's in 20 minutes, a day, a week, a month, a year, or 2 years. It is a product that just essential and works in the body and helps those cells grow and be whole. You're doing a great job, Henry. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. And I'm still hoping that you can make it on Wednesday party next week. We'll be looking forward to seeing everybody at the party. And as you were saying, the energy is part of the benefits of the Fountain of Life. And I shared it with one of my tennis friend. He was about, I think about 3-4 years younger than me. And I asked him how old he was, because I was expecting his answer that we always feel ourselves are younger, and we look at our people, we feel that they are older. So, excuse me. So his answer was quite surprising to me, because he's about 3-4 years younger than me, but he looked quite a bit older than me, in my opinion. He had a lot of wrinkles and a lot of white hair and everything. And his performance on the tennis court is much less than I would expect people who are younger. So I just encourage him. He used one bottle from, I think, a couple years ago, and I asked him again. He said, "Let me try one more bottle again." So he tried one bottle of the Fountain of Life. After one bottle, he came back to me. He said, "Henry, are you sure this is going to work? I don't feel very much yet." I said, "Well, you should really push it harder and then try more, not just one bottle over a month or 2 months. You are doing a little too little for your body at this age, and especially if you are competing in tennis or doing things that needs strenuous participation." So he actually did buy another 7 bottles. And then that's when the next time I saw him, he said, "It's working now." it's working now. I'm very happy to hear that he said it's working. And I asked him what is working. He said he used to feel, before this, he used to feel lethargic, which means tired, and he feels slow. And usually it takes a long time to warm up. He said usually my first set is very lousy. Usually it takes me quite a bit of time to warm up, to wake up, and then start get going. The second set, he said I can perform a little better, but in the third set, I'm getting too tired to move. So that's how he felt. Even at home, he said I don't get motivated to go out and enjoy playing or tennis or do other exercise because I feel tired. The biggest issue with him was his sleep. He said I couldn't sleep. I was like wake up all the time in the night, go to washroom, and so his sleeping pattern was really bad. That's why he get tired the next day. And so he said now I don't get up in the night. Maybe once in the night, maybe wake up one time, but he said he could get enough sleep so that the next day he feel more energy, and he is now performing better in the tennis court, and he doesn't feel that tired at the end of the game. So everything seems to be working. That's how I don't really encourage people to buy just one bottle, and if they buy one bottle, I would push them to finish it sooner than drag it for 1 month, 2 months, even 3 months. So that's how I dealt with customers or friends around me, because when we become product of the product, then people look up at us and then they say, what do you do to yourself to get to this level of your energy level, your performance, your running, your jumping? So yes, we would encourage every one of us to sort of sculpture us in a way that we are more, we look better, we perform better, everything would be better, so people can learn from you. So if anybody wants to share something, it's a good time now. It's 9:07. All right. Okay, Herrick, let me make you a co-host, Herrick. So now you're a co-host. I'll open your video if you want to. Give me 1 more second. Okay, video, audio. Okay, both are open now.
Hello.
Yes, Eric.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I just simple sharing. It's my experience in sharing this product into my new customer.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning, actually, she's in trying to help her husband. Okay, but at last, actually, she's the one that taking more. So actually, it's been quite challenging in the 1 month because she keep asking, I didn't feel anything. Does it really work? So I say, you should taking more time for your body to really slowly build up. So after I think around 3 months, so she feel that different. So she say now she more confident, and after 5 months, then she go overseas, and all the new friends feel her energy. So she said, wow, very happy, excited that people can see the difference. Then she joined as a LAP, and she start sharing to more friends. And one of her friends, a couple, also just taking, I think, around 3 weeks, then can say as a product of the products. So this couple friends, when she go to attend a relative meeting, then all the relatives see the difference and say, asking them, what are you taking? What are you doing? Why you look so better now? So they all feel a different. So then they start sharing, say, oh, I'm taking a product that helping a lot. So from there, it starts sharing out to more people. So I think people might be need more patience in really know how the FOL works in the long run. Yeah, I think this is the sharing I can share here.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Where are you? You are in Singapore. Where are you?
I'm in Singapore.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So energy is what most people tell us. So it's very typical. When you take it, it increases your circulation. It revitalizes your organs. So the most important thing what the Fountain of Life is doing for our body is it kind of revitalize our organs. This is very important and different from most medication people will be taking. The medication is usually tackling the symptom. Let's say that you lower your sugar, but you're not really strengthening your liver, your kidney, your heart. You can be lowering your blood pressure. You're not really cleaning the liver to because the blood pressure comes from the liver. Liver issues are one of the biggest contribution to blood pressure. So if you are strengthening and cleaning and detoxing the liver, then you can lower your blood pressure, your sugar, your cholesterol, and all of that. So that's why we are dealing with the root cause of the problem, not just a symptom. The symptom is actually a SOS signal from your body asking for help. If you lower the symptom with the medication, you are basically kind of taking out the signal system. It's like it's the body is yelling out for help, and you lock them out with the medication. It's in the same way as painkiller. So it's better to get to the root cause of the problem and to solve the problem instead of just pacifying the pain, just numb yourself, knock yourself out. That's not really the way to solve the problem. So while you're controlling your sugar, controlling your blood pressure, you should really look at making your body younger and stronger. Rewind your clock by 10, 20 years, so you have much less problem. Imagine yourself to be 20 years younger than now, you would be having much less, almost maybe 50% less problems. So it's a great idea just to get your body to do what they are supposed to do. For example, the liver has a few hundred functions to synthesize, to do a lot of things for your body. But if your liver is being saturated with the fat, become fatty, we call fatty liver, or you have cysts, nodules, all kinds of things in the liver, then you are not going to perform well. So we need to get rid of issues from our liver instead of just tackling the symptoms. Thank you for sharing, Harry. Anybody else like to say something? It's a good time to practice your testimony and your on stage speech ability. We in this industry we all talk about personal growth. I have been doing this for almost 5 years now. It'll be 5 years by February the 20th. So I would be 5 years with the company. And I know myself to have grown in personal growth. I have been feeling more comfortable on the stage, on the Zoom call, hosting, talking, speaking. This is all about improving your own ability to perform better in many ways, and this is your opportunity. Okay, let me promote Sanjay to the panelists, and you can open your video if you like. You are now a co-host. Let me co-host. Okay, Sanjay, you are now co-host. You can open your video or audio if you like. Thank you, Sanjay.
Hello.
Yes, Sanjay.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much, Henry. I always enjoy these calls every week. I just wanted to share a quick story. So I've got a client of mine. He's a mechanic, and basically he had introduced Fountain of Life to his godfather who suffered a stroke. And through what he saw through his godfather and the improvement his godfather was going through in the hospital before he unfortunately passed, he saw substantial improvement. That basically gave him some hope in our product, and he started taking it. And now he's at such a point that anytime he has a sore throat, scratchy throat, he's immediately calling me saying, I need to get more FOL. So he's clearly seeing how this product is helping him at a time when we need it the most. Yesterday he called me. He said, can I come to your house? I need to get a few bottles. It's an emergency. I said, no problem. If you're in the area. He came, he picked up 5 bottles, couple for himself, couple for his mother. So he is a firm believer in what our product can do for the human body.
For sure. Yes, we use it as an emergency product now, whether it's a cold or COVID or whether it's a burn or it's a heart issue, because if you use it just right before a heart attack or stroke happens, you are saving the world. You're saving yourself, your lives and everything. So we have it handy wherever you are. You have to have it in your pocket, in your purse, in your car, in your office table, in your kitchen table, in your night table. Just open one everywhere, and you won't forget. So you will take it anytime, anywhere you think about it, you don't forget. So that's a great testimony from Sanjay. We all love it. Go ahead.
The other thing, Henry, I wanted to kind of put out there to the group yourself. I don't know if Renee's on the call anymore, but I did speak with Renee, and I said it would be great if we could get a standardized format for a testimonial for all of our members. So that way, when somebody has a customer or a client that's coming to them for health concerns or conditions, they can basically have a standard template, a form that they can fill out. So we're not guiding them. They're basically answering the questions. Why are they here? Why did they come? What is their level of pain? What is their condition? And then basically we can use that almost like a testimonial. And I feel by doing it that way, it seems a bit more professional, if I can say that. Versus some of the videos that we are getting from people. I mean, these are real world people, obviously expressing themselves to the best of their ability. But I think if we can standardize the testimonials throughout all of our members across the world, I think it would hold a lot more credibility when we go out to seek new members. I don't know what your thoughts are, Henry, on that, but I think it could be a plus for us as a community.
Yes, we can definitely develop some form like that. If people don't mind, they like to do that, then it'll be a great idea. Sometimes most of my testimonials, I'm not really setting it up so that, okay, now I'm going to do a testimonial on you, okay? Sometimes people back off, sometimes they don't want to do that. So in my case, most of my testimonials are just my own record of how they progress and things like that. It's a great suggestion that when you have something formal, then they might be more authentic.
They might want to participate because some people don't want to go on video, Henry, obviously for many reasons, right? And maybe this way they feel, you know what, I'm not going on video, but I want to share my story.
Yes. That's a good idea. Sometimes it's just when you have it on video, it's you can actually see the people that are talking, and then you look more authentic. And something on paper, well, you can also say you can fill it out yourself, and you put it there. So there is a I feel like my testimonials are more organic. They are you can't even tell whether they are trying to make a testimony or not. So we should have different variety of testimonials for sure. It's a great suggestion. If we cannot do it this way, we will be able to collect a lot more testimonials. Thank you very much, Sanjay, for that suggestion. We'll see whether our company can do something or Renee can do something. Maybe we can drop something like that to for people to fill out. All right, we have another few minutes. I was just kicked out of the system for a few seconds. Now I'm back in again. We have a few more minutes. If anybody has anything to contribute. Juliet. Okay, Juliet, let me move you to the panelist. Then all right, so now you are co-host. If you want to open your video or audio.
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, everyone. And, good evening. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Yes, I just want to share the question of Sanjay about the health profile. There's a health profile that we can fill out. I believe it's in the back office, because I was just printing it out the other day. It's customized. You can fill it in with your individual client, their health profile. So just encourage to look at it, and that could help individualize your customers as to their health. So yes, my question is, how can you help or advise on health about somebody who's on malaria sickness? It seems very fast, and when you're in a country where it's less help or it's not accessible that fast, how can you help with those with the incurred infection when you're traveling?
We have a testimony from one of my clients, customer partner called Kobe. He went to Africa, I think Ghana, and he got malaria, and then he just used the Fountain of Life profusely. He got over it in a couple of days. So he was really happy that he had the Fountain of Life on hand. And I think in that case, just take probably half a bottle to 1 bottle a day. That would help the body to recover a lot faster.
Oh wow, that's aggressive.
Yes.
Okay.
Take more.
Right.
That's I think that's the secret of success. Secret of dealing with the emergencies is the dosage.
All right, great. So just take a whole bottle like an emergency.
Yeah, for that kind of emergency. Yes.
Right.
Poisoning, for this kind of things, just take profusely until they feel better.
Right. Seems to be that an issue when you're traveling in those countries.
Yeah.
That you got to protect yourself and bring every means you can. So thank you for that. That's very important.
Okay. All right. We have a few more minutes. Let me see anybody has any more questions, or let me see whether screen. Okay, so the age limits for our product, we do have a under 12 restriction. Our company don't encourage that, especially if they're healthy. But if somebody does need a lot of help and under age of 12, they can always make their own discretionary decision to whether to use it, especially topically for kids with some skin issues, rashes, burns, cuts, mosquito bites, all of that. I don't think there's any concern about that. Taken orally, it's a lot of people do that. So it's something that officially we are not really encouraged to use for kids under 12. Similarly, with pregnant women, breastfeeding women, they should be a little more careful with it. And then the topical use of the Fountain of Life, people use it in very different ways. People try all kinds of ways of using the Fountain of Life. They use it in spray. diluted in water. They use it topically. They spray on their hair. They rub it on the joints. They also use it for topical use for fungus nails, hemorrhoids, for pimples, acne, skin tags. So there's a very wide variety of usage with the fountain of life. And the best time to take the fountain of life, I think the best time to take it in the morning would be a great idea. That's when you get the day started, and that's the time when you would be. Yeah, that's the time when you would be really getting your day going, and then you get more energy. You would be not bothering your sleep. Some people, when they take it too late, they actually can't sleep in the night because they have more energy in the nighttime, so they can't just go in there and so sometimes if people bother their sleep, they take it early. Other people, they sleep better after take it in the night. So some people take it to sleep, some people cannot sleep. So we just find a better time for ourselves, but mostly in the daytime with every meal. That's a good idea. Advisable to be taken with every meal. It's preferably before meals because the body you get a better, higher absorption rate. Some people, when their stomach has some issues, have some ulcers, some inflammation, some sensitivity, then they want to take it after food. So that's when people take it at a different time. So time we just have to find the best time for ourselves. We can try it out, test it out. And for pets, for sure, we have lots of people use it for the pets, and the people save a lot of money because every time you go to the animal hospital, it costs a lot of money. Every surgery take a couple $1,000. So with the fountain of life, they should be able to save a lot of money. We all understand that people they love pets. They love pets like their babies, their kids. So it is very important that people can use it for their pets so that their pets live longer. So they become longer time companion for them. And for people who are asking the difference between taking it orally or through the mouth, or if they hold it in the mouth for longer, or to travel down to the digestive tract soon, it does make a difference if you hold it in the mouth a little longer because our saliva glands can absorb them right through the mouth into the bloodstream. In 10 minutes, if it travels through the digestive system, it might take them up to 24 hours to peak in the body. So preferably taking it orally under the tongue, hold it a little while more. For people who have difficulty handling the taste, they would be just taking it the way they can manage, like with the juice, with the smoothie, with the milk, or some people they just drop it on the let's say bread, and they chew it in, so it doesn't bother the membrane in the mouth. So that's why it is a different way that we can use it. And in order to see result, as I said, it could range between minutes to days to years, depending on what you are looking at. Some people focus on one thing, and they want that one thing to improve, so that might take a long time, especially for people who have been, let's say, using insulin for 30 years, and they want the sugar level to drop down. It might take a long time for them to really see a significant improvement, especially the A1C. Okay, so it's 9:30. We started at 8:30 today. So it's just a time adjustment for us, people in North America, in this half of the globe. We can accommodate a little better, not too early. and hopefully it's not too late for Asian countries. So next week, same time at 8:30, we'll get on the call. Some people, I know Yvonne, we have a few people that joined us much earlier today, but next week we'll be starting at 8:30. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating, Neri, Sanjay, Juliet. Thank you very much, Herrick. We'll talk to you soon next week, and enjoy your day to the billion. Thank you very much.
The billion.
Thank you, Henry,
you.
to the billion.
Thank you,
Have a good
Henry,
day.
to the
Thank you,
billion.
Henry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Henry.
Okay.